ready? So I'm gonna continue working on this art piece. I do decide to come back. Okay. All right. When I have enough people here, I'll show you guys what I'm working on. Poochie, what are you doing? What are you up to? I should just take this down a little bit, too high up on the window sill. And I can show you guys. I just ate, so I look a little bit fat. Bear with me. Okay. I think it was low. Thank you. I want to show you guys what I'm working on. Thank you guys. Look. So it's been a while working on this particular piece. Can you see it move? Hit art. How do you say that? I don't know what you mean to say. Say that again. Thank you. Greetings from Poland. Cool. But yeah, this is it so far. I know it looks finished, but you know, I'm a little bit OCD with my art. I like to add tiny details, you know. I like to add details until I feel like I just don't want to add anything else. Because I have a lot going on inside my head. Thank you. What kind of art is that? I don't really have a name for my art. It's just that I do it. This is what feels natural coming from my soul. New York City is so ghetto. You have all types of people out here. All types of music. This is not media art. This is my pen and patience. Thank you, Zoe, and welcome to my channel. Guys, if you're new here, like and subscribe, okay? I never really asked you guys to do that before, but I guess this is how I get like put on the algorithm. I don't know how YouTube works, but just do that. Like I said, it looks done, but it's not. There's so much details that your eyes can miss. I'm gonna have to switch my tools in a second because this is not doing what I wanted to do. Nope. I'm not gonna tell you what part of New York I'm in, but I'm in New York City. That's where I am. That's where I live. New York City is a very small place, so I'm either in Manhattan, Queens, Brooklyn, Staten Island, the Bronx. It could be any of those places. It's all the same place anyways. I'm in the Bronx and New York is big. Okay. You know the song Never Back and Never Give Up. By who? Who sings that song? Maybe I do know it. The Bronx. I've been to the Bronx before. I don't live in the Bronx, honestly. Poochie, what are you doing, love? This is just not doing it. When I say all media, okay. Why you think I'm in Queens? Do I look like a Queens type of girl? No, I need to. I need to try something, anything. Because this pen is not doing it for me right now. I want you guys to see it while I do it. So I saw this news article today about a woman. She is 115 years old, and the secret to staying alive is to not get into arguments with people. And as soon as I read that, I was like, okay, message received. I'm not gonna argue with nobody else for the rest of my life. Can I see again? Sure. But like people don't understand the amount of energy it takes to be negative. You know, it takes a lot of energy and life force from you. It's just a random thought. Yes, a lot of details. But my whole thing is, maybe it's the lighting right now, but I want it to be a little bit more trippy when you look at it. I don't know what you guys are seeing. Maybe there's a shadow. I do see a shadow. Let me place it right here. Once it's in direct light, you can see the movements. But whenever there's like shadows, whenever there's shadows, it kind of like take away the illusionary effect. But look how my art is glowing though. All right, so, yep. The top layer, the black area. So the mediums I use is black paint. I usually use acrylic paint, and the gold is liquid acrylic gold ink. So they usually come in like these little glass jars. They're really good quality ones, and then that's it. It's just ink, and then you just dip whatever stencil you have into it, and you create the lines. That's what I do. There's no secret. um and then I use white acrylic paint for my dots. And when I tell you, I'm somebody who likes busy work, I like to keep my hands moving. Whatever I'm doing that gets my mind out of the way, I'm really good at. So this is why I can sit down and do a million lines. You're cute. You're so cute. Thank you. You know what? I keep getting that a lot. Like every time I meet a stranger and I have a conversation with them, by the end of the conversation, they're like, "You're so cute." I don't know how to take that because now I feel like a kid. I feel young. I feel stupid. But I take it as a compliment. Thank you. But I get that a lot. It's hot today. It's AC season, but I'm not gonna turn on that damn AC. It's expensive. I'm just gonna turn on my fan, just like how we used to do it back in the Caribbean. Thank you. Um, have lots of equipments, but I'm using digital. You know, I want to get into that as well. Maybe to bring my art to life a little bit more. So I'm thinking maybe if I make it into like a digital type of art, I can still keep my techniques just as is and just add some more layers to it to make it dance, you know? Like maybe turn this into some type of ripple effect. Um, Sometimes I would use the filters on Instagram, but Instagram got rid of everything. They're not there anymore. So it's only just a few filters that's there right now, and they're not really anything that is nice or like trippy, you know. So I'm gonna have to find like an app or somewhere where I can just input my art and just do cool stuff with it and see what happens. Is that how you do your digital art? You create like the initial blueprint with your hands and then you upload it to the computer and make it into something else? Or is it strictly on the computer? Okay, cool. Tattoo artist. Okay. Oh, interesting. But my thing is, because my art, I feel like on its own, I think it looks like a digital type of art. You know, it looks like something that you will use a computer to do because of the lines and how long it would take just to do it by hands. So usually with techniques like this, it's easier to do it in a digital form. So, you know, I lost my train of thoughts. This is another thing about being an artist. You lose your train of thoughts all the fucking time. But what was I saying before? You can draw it on paper. You know, so what was I saying? Can you remind me? iPad. Uh, I don't know. Oh yeah, that's what I was saying. So since I already have this technique down that I already can do naturally with my hands, why even make it digital if I can already make it appear that way with my own hands? You get what I mean? So not because AI and computer and all that is a thing now, it doesn't mean that I have to take everything that I do and put it on the computer, right? I would like to just leave a level of realness to it, you know, something that makes you look at it and say, wow, I can't really tell if it's done by computer or by hands. And if somebody is questioning my art like that and thinking that is computer generated, then that means I'm doing something right, right? So that's how I see it. Oh, interesting. Okay. Maybe it's something I will give a try then. Maybe. But you know, I like to have the physical copy, you know, like the actual tangible art. Unless I will do that technique if I'm trying to sell digital art. or like create like cool effects with my art. But I want to be able to create cool effects without computers. So I'm going a little bit deeper here. You know, takes a lot of time and practice. La da dee da 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 da. La da dee da 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 da. La da 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 dee da. La da 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 dee da. La da dee da 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 da. No, I get it. You know, going on the computer is way more eco-friendly, I feel. But it's something to think about. Yes, all these art supplies, I feel like they create so much waste. But this is what I can do for right now, you know? That's the intention, absolutely, to sell it. But I haven't been trying to sell recently because I'm trying to take my art to a whole different level before I do so. And in that way, I can sell it for way more money than what I anticipated before. So there's no rush in this. This is not for sale. This is not for any type of like financial gain, but it's the cherry on top that I know that will happen eventually. But right now, I'm just trying to focus on the craft and becoming better and creating the effects that I want to create in my art, and becoming more technical and more creative in my approach. You know, it takes a lot of technical energy to do something like this, but you also have to be very creative to know where you're going to take the technicality of things, you know. So I'm gonna leave it here for now. I'm very happy. This is 95% done. 95% done. The reason why it's not 100% done yet is because I have not added all my shadows. My shadows are very important to me. My old self would have just left it just like this, but my new self want to add more shadows and dark areas to my art to give it a little bit more of a more lift. You know, I want it to be like playing with your eyes when you look at it, more so than before. See? So I'm happy that this is almost done. So now I feel comfortable starting a new project. The new project is going to be major because it's going to be a huge canvas. It's going to be 6 times this. Is it 6 times? Yeah, about 6 times the size of this one. And it's already prepped and ready for me to start, you know. So I don't know if I'm going to start that today, but definitely tomorrow I might do something. I had a whole idea that I was gonna go with the big canvas, but my mind always change, so I'm gonna feel it out and see what I end up doing with it. But thank you guys so much for stopping by again. How old are you? You look very young. How old do you think I am? You sound like you're from the Caribbean. You have a Caribbean accent. Yes, I do have a Caribbean accent. Guess my age and guess my nationality. Let me see how good you are at reading people's energy, I guess. But it's very easy for most people to know where I come from. I can't hide it. No matter how hard I try, it's gonna be here forever. It's not leaving me. Even when I'm 95 years old, this accent is probably gonna be stronger. What media are you working with? I use acrylic paint. So acrylic, everything you see here is acrylic, even the gold. And that's my favorite type of paint to use because it's more, it gives a more real look to it. I don't like the oil paints, and I don't like any other paint that gives it like a weird texture. I just like acrylic, and so that's what I stick with. Acrylic gives it that matte look, you know, it just looks solid and clean and crisp. That's my style. And acrylic is way easier to draw on top of, especially with my pen, because I do use actual pen in my art. They kind of do it like stones, right? But no, they're just paint. It's just don't give me no ideas though. Don't give me no new ideas, because I might put some stones on there. Maybe some mirror, like, you know those little mirror stones. Yeah. Oh shit. Maybe. But no, they're just white paint, acrylic paint. I've done one piece using stones, but it was like a little sketch, right? I did this beautiful face and I gave her a crown, and on the crown I put little bedazzle on it, but it ended up falling off after a while, so I haven't really tried doing anything like that. I just keep it painting and that's it. That's cool. I like that. The sun is coming from this side, so I'm gonna just move it here. Let's see if you guys can see it a little bit better. It's just the lighting. Honestly, with my art, you have to have good lighting to see the full details. I used to use airbrush. Airbrush, I have a machine for airbrush, but I never use it. I like airbrush though. It gives you that nice soft look that is kind of hard. You have to practice for a very long time to get that look with your hands, you know, like painting it. But with the airbrush, it gives it that look right away. You spray it. It's like, I like to use the airbrush when I'm creating stars. You know, like you put the little dot. No, actually you spray it first. You spray a dot on there, like very tiny, tiny misty type of setting on the airbrush machine. And once you do that, it creates this effect as if the light in the middle is glowing. You get what I mean? I have a piece like that, but I don't feel like getting up and showing. Yeah, very smooth look. Yes. The reason why I don't use most of these tools is because I'm just kind of lazy to get them all out. um, yeah, I just don't want to. I think it's so much easier to just have my pen, you know, and just let it happen that way. But when I do get adventurous and I want to do something different from this technique, sometimes I do faces, and those tools come in handy at those times. Um, but I also do like to use the stencils that is made for dots. I use that as well. You know, you dip your paint in it and you just pop pop. That's what I use to create these dots. And yeah, I used to make starburst too. Yeah, that's cool. And you do what type of art do you do? Because I see your name and it says Space Frog. So I was thinking that you probably do space type of art, or galactic, or whatever type of art in that type of field. What type of art do you do? Because I do feel like my art in some type of way is galactic. You know, it's like extraterrestrial type of thing. You know, like something like this, it feels like radio frequency or waves or something, you know, like a communication. That's how I interact with my art. Like this piece right here, I say that it's a connection to the universe, or there's some type of emission coming in through somewhere, and it's reaching me, and I'm putting it on my canvas, so it's here so you can see it. So maybe it's a written language, I don't know. That's how I see it. When I was young, I did airbrush t-shirts. Cool. Yeah, so that's it, guys. All done. And next time you guys see me, I'm probably gonna start something new. And then I'm gonna take the time to just finish this on my spare time. You know, whenever I just want to relax, I'll just take my pen and just fix the areas I want to fix, and that's it. And then I'm going to post it on my Instagram. So guys, if you want to see my art, go to New World Art. Just one word on Instagram. New World Art. I like your style. Thank you. The sun is going down, so the lighting is getting a little bit dim here. So maybe it's best for me to go at this point. Bye, y'all.